Okay, so we're going to start a mapping activity today, which it has a lot of steps to it. So I want to walk you through all the steps, and then I'll give you all the kind of the paperwork and stuff that goes along with it. You're going to get a small packet of um, about 6 pages with different maps on it, and then some activities you need to do. So the first thing you're going to do, which is step one, is you're going to get a map of the Middle East, which here's the Middle East, and then also a map of Africa, but you're going to focus on Northern Africa for this. So we're not really too worried about Southern Africa. So the Middle East and then Northern Africa. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to label the countries on the Middle Eastern and Northern African map. Here's the countries you're going to need to label. Okay. So it's not every country, but it is, you know, some countries in the Middle East and then some countries in um, Northern Africa. All right. So that's step one. So there are atlases. You can also go out and look like up a map of this and then label those countries on both of those maps. Okay. So the Middle East map is here. And then you have a sheet that looks like this. And then you also will get a sheet that looks like it's all of Africa, but we're focusing on just the northern part of Africa. Um, so that's step one. Questions about step one about the labeling. Okay. Um, then step two is you're going to create a color code key for your map. So you have the populations. These are the amount of people who left and immigrated to the United States. Does that make sense for everyone? So in Egypt, this is data from 2017. About 14,000 people left Egypt and came to the United States. So you're going to create a like color code for each of these percentages. So you have the 2 to 4, the 4 to 8, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, and then 10 to 15. So you can choose whatever color you have, and I have a whole bunch of colored pencils and markers up at the front, and you're going to just kind of put a color in. You don't have to color the whole thing, just like a small box. So let's say we did like green for 2 to 4. Then you're going to look to see, okay, who's 2 to 4? Algeria. So I'm going to color Algeria green. Does that make sense? Okay. So so once you kind of figure out your colors, maybe you're going to do like green, blue, red. You can choose whatever you want. You're going to come over here, and on your two maps, you're going to shade accordingly. So Algeria, which is right here, um, this is Algeria. You'll be color it green because it's in the 2 to 4. Does that make sense for everyone? So that's step three, is color the countries with their corresponding color. Okay. Questions about those first three steps? Okay. Then once you do that, then we're going to move to the United States. All right. Step four is to label each state with its postal abbreviation code. Again, you can use an atlas. I've given you the state's name and the abbreviation code. So you'll get a map that looks like this, and you're going to label the states. Okay. For some of the smaller states, particularly on the East Coast, you could do a line out to them. So label all the states with their postal abbreviation code. That's your step four. Does that make sense for everyone? Okay. So step five is you're going to use this website, which this website is found on the Google Classroom. Okay. And you're going to scroll down to in your state. Okay. So you'll click on, let's just click on Illinois since that's where we're at. So we're going to go Illinois. Okay. Here's Illinois. And we're going to look at our population trends, and we're going to look to see how many Arab Americans are in Illinois. And I'm too blind to see where it is, but it's listed. Oh, it's right here. How much does that say? 142? Is that right? Okay. And then we're actually ranked 5. So it ranks them still, but that's not important. So then in your Illinois area on your document, which would be here. So here you find Illinois and you put the population in. Okay. So you need to go through all the states and kind of figure out their population of Arab Americans. So remember, you're going to, here's the website. So you got to kind of scroll down here to in your state, and you can click on all the states. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. Then, so once you kind of fill out your populations of Arab Americans, then you'll create your key again. This is a larger key with your different amounts of percentages. So the 1,000 to 5,000 and so on. Pick your colors. Doesn't matter to me. What was Illinois? 142. So let's say that you picked, that's one of the bigger ones. Say you picked like green for that color. So then you would go back to your map and color Illinois green because you chose that as your color. Does that make sense? Okay. So step 7 is coloring each state according to its population of Arab Americans. So those are your 7 steps. Does that make sense? Any questions?